Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer bringing you a game of Demolition on Hangar 18. So this commentary won't be entirely about the gameplay, although I will bring it up from time to time. I do want to set up what the game is all about. So normally when people post on YouTube, what they do is they grab their games where everything went right. They grab their games where the aim was perfect. They grab their games where their connection was strong. And then they show you, the best of what they can be, and that's fine. I do it too, right? I don't mean to knock that behavior. That's normal, but that's not what this game is. This game is one where not everything went right, and it took a lot of perseverance. It took what even at times felt like hard work to get this win, and when it was over, it's one of those moments in gaming where you really, really like gaming. It's a big game. So. I'm going to break it into two videos just because of the sheer length. What are you guys doing? You're trying to circle around behind. Don't do that. Gomel, baby, gomel. So, anyway, what I was going to talk about with this video was a bit about perseverance, a bit about not giving up. The first guy I want to talk about is Joe Lozon. So, Joe Lozon has a fight today, and I'm excited about it. I actually just coughed up my money for the pay-per-view. So, here's the thing. Joe Lozon is the underdog in today's fight, right? If you go to the Vegas odds, they're predicting that this other guy wins. But he's not going to. I'll explain why in a minute. But Joe's going to win this thing. But here's the thing. What I like about Joe is that he is the super version of what we all can be, right? That to me is what makes Joe, Joe, right? Joe's a computer science major. If you're young or you don't know much about college yet, the computer science is like computer programmer as a major, right? There's computer engineering, which oftentimes is some sort of hardware thing. There's software engineering, which is often like a project management thing, and then computer science. That kind of means you're going to be a programmer and you're strong in math. So Joe was a comp sci major, and he came out of that. And if you look at Joe, he is like the perfect version of what we could be. I knew they'd be over here planting, son of a gun. Yeah, oops, phone. Oh, look, Joe Lozon just got me. He says, thanks, Woody. I'm feeling good and ready to go. He sent me a text message. This guy's awesome. I can't believe I know Joe Lozon. Anyway, I'm sorry. I can't believe Joe Lozon just wrote me. Freak out fanboy moment. But back on topic. What I like about Joe Lozon is that he is the super version of what we all can be. If you look at his body, he looks like a pro athlete, right? He's strong. His body fat's real low. He's got all that going on. But he is almost the super version of what a normal person could be, right? He's if you were to take the 26-year-old version of me and make him work out 6 hours a day, which I actually kind of did, but he is what a lot of us could be if we put forth the kind of dedication and effort that he puts forth. So that's he's a smart guy. He's a computer guy. He's a gamer. He's a huge gamer actually, and he pushes through that. And his record in the UFC lately has been a little bit win loss. But a lot of that is because of the opponents that he's been facing. Triple, I think. Yeah, triple. So the opponents he's been facing, he's been getting like fight of the night, submission of the night, and his losses are these really close, hard-fought ordeals. Things where you actually get big monetary bonuses for fights like that, and his wins are these awesome, crushing victories. And he's a great fighter, greater than a lot of people know. But some guys are, what are you doing, buddy? Trying to knife me while I'm laying down. So yeah, Joe's gonna win, and Joe is the super version of what we could be, which is why he kind of appeals to me so much. So yeah, go get him, Joe. Full homo. You know the deal. The other thing, why Joe's gonna win? Here's the deal. Melvin Gillard is, I don't know him personally, but he appears to be this super athlete, this guy who's gifted, this guy who, just sort of walks into anything he wants to walk into athletically, and things just come to him easily. So Joe's, I don't want to say he's the opposite of that. I mean, he's a great athlete, but The thing about guys who come from Melvin's background, who are just, like naturals at that weight and super strong and what they are, is that they don't build up the technical part of their game, and they're vulnerable to the guys who fight with their heads like Joe does. Melvin Gillard's vulnerability is his submission defense, and Joe Lauzon's strength are his submissions. So if Joe Lauzon's takedowns are better than Melvin Gillard's takedown defense, then he's going to get this thing on the ground, and it's going to go his way, and it's going to be a really good day for Joe. So that's what I'm expecting. Is Melvin a great fighter? Yes, he's absolutely a great fighter. One of Joe's toughest matchups in a while. But Joe's strength is Melvin's kryptonite, and yeah, that's why he's going to do this. And he's my first example of perseverance and making things happen. So oops, hit marker check went positive. So yeah, looking forward to Joe Lauzon ripping off this poor guy's arm tonight. I hope he recovers, and that whatever injuries Melvin gets are not too severe. So that's that. The other person I wanted to talk about was Rebecca Black. So here I am comparing Joe Lauzon to Rebecca Black. But my love for Rebecca Black is well documented, and I think what happens sometimes. How did this guy get a kill? What is he shooting at? How are those hit markers? Anyway, some people look at somebody's success to talent ratio, and if their perception of that person's talent is not where it's supposed to be, compared to their success, then they just start hating, right? Oh my gosh, I hate you because you're such a big star, and I don't think that you should be a big star. That's what happens to Rebecca Black all the time, but that's not what I look at. By the way, some of these damn bullets hit. Not even a hit marker on an RC car. It only takes like one bullet to kill an RC car, and it said none of them. Back on topic, people look at Rebecca Black and say that she doesn't deserve the kind of love that she's getting, or hate that she's getting. And in my case, here's the thing: what I like to look at is their hater to perseverance ratio. That's what impresses me. If the whole world starts lining up against you and you say, "What? Yeah, screw you, entire world. I can't be stopped," then that to me is really, really impressive behavior. And that's what Rebecca Black has in spades. That's why I like her. Do I like her singing? Yeah, she's good. She's fine. I think her second song actually was a lot better than her first musically, and that she doesn't get enough credit for that. They just sit there and grade her by Friday. Anyway. I was about to make fun of her lines like Saturdays after Friday, but I don't want to be that kind of hater. So yeah, but what I love about Rebecca Black is that the whole world lines up against her, yet she continues to persevere. She continues to say, no, you cannot hold me down. And that brings me to my next guy, which is Justin Bieber. And you can sort of see there's almost a pattern here. But when I was on this vacation, I went on this Disney cruise. There's a bunch of videos about it on my channel if you're new around here. My dogs, they bark when I make videos. Anyway, they played Justin Bieber's movie. I think it's called My Moment or something. I don't even remember. But the Justin Bieber movie, it played on like this continuous loop. It was just on all the time. And I saw it repeatedly. Anyway, the thing about Justin Bieber is, he takes a lot of hate. I remember on my videos, again and again and again, people would say things like, look at this, the dislike bar is as small as Justin Bieber's penis. Stuff like that. All this hater talk would go on nonstop. Oh, they two-pieced us. Anyway, they would just always give Justin Bieber a hard time, really for no reason, right? Like, what did Justin Bieber ever do to you? Nothing. Justin Bieber, he doesn't hate you. He's just out there making his songs, doing his thing, and persevering, even though the world is kind of lining up against him. I remember this, Wings of Redemption did a video. By the way, his commentary is some of the best on YouTube, especially when he's on. When he's in a good mood, nobody does it better, in terms of just pure commentary. And he said this thing, he was talking about Leonardo DiCaprio. So for those of you that don't know, Leonardo DiCaprio, sort of his big breakout hit, Tack Insertions. That's why you guys are so always in the bar spawn and in the back and stuff. He was talking about Leonardo DiCaprio, and his breakout movie was Titanic. Well, in it wasn't uncommon what Wings was feeling about him, with regards to the movie Titanic, and that is that he hated Leonardo DiCaprio, right? He had this problem with Leonardo DiCaprio. All the girls love Leonardo DiCaprio, and Wings of Redemption hated him. Why? Because he was being a hater, Like, Leonardo DiCaprio makes some pretty good movies, and the Wings of today says, if a movie comes out and Leonardo DiCaprio is in it, it's probably going to be a pretty good film, right? That's his line of thinking. But the Wings of Redemption of high school was like, F Leonardo DiCaprio, I hate that guy. Why? Just because other people liked him. Just because, he was kind of jealous of how well Leonardo DiCaprio was doing. And that's that's kind of the story there. So I take that and apply it to our modern day guys. I think Justin Bieber is today's Leonardo DiCaprio, and I wonder if Justin Bieber can be tomorrow's Leonardo DiCaprio too. If he can be the guy where he comes out with an album and people have turned around and said, you know what? If Justin Bieber makes an album, it's probably going to be pretty darn good, and I'm going to check it out. So, yeah. By the way, whoever says I don't play the objective is freaking insane. I always play the objective. I'm like the ultimate team player. It's all I do. It makes it hard for me to get games because I find it is so much easier to get some good scores if you just ignore the objective and play TDM. Any jackass can do that. But every time I defuse a bomb or something, it ends a potential kill streak. I could have sat there in a window working my way up to helicopters and stuff, but instead, these defuses, they got to get done. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. And the last guy I want to talk about in my perseverance thing here is White Boy 7th Street. So White Boy 7th Street has taken more hate from all angles, by the way, above him, below him, next to him, etc., than anybody else on YouTube. There have been a lot of people who quit YouTube, who just gave up their channel, rage quit, whatever. Some of the weakest ones, behave really badly on their exit, and a lot of people who have quit, who've taken a lot less heat than he has, guys who haven't been through nearly as much and gave up. Now, White Boy 7th Street had other issues too. His both of his parents died. I think one when he was in high school, and actually both of them, I think, while he was in high school. And he finished out high school without any parents at all, which must have been a trick. I don't think I would have done it. I was pretty much an idiot in high school, and then he came out and had some hard times, but now he's working his buns off. And you might not think of YouTube as work, but trust me, there are days when you don't want to play Call of Duty every single day, when you don't want to make a video every single day, and he just sort of bucks up and gets it done, even if he's not in the mood. And he's running multiple channels, and he's having a ton of success, in spite of all the people who wish that he would fail. Speaking of fail, what's with your aim, Woody? So, and now that White Boy's having a ton of success, he's handling it really pretty responsibly. He hasn't retired on what he's made so far. He hasn't blown all his money on crazy things. He, if there's anyone who's going to finish their little, brush with fame out of YouTube in a really nice position that sort of sets them up for the rest of their life, my money is on White Boy, and he wouldn't be the guy I would have put my money on before I knew him. So yeah, White Boy has really impressed me with how he's persevered through all the hate that he got, and the fact that he's handled his success responsibly. So anyway, speaking of perseverance, round 3 will be coming up later today. So I hope you enjoyed part 1. If you're new around here, you can click in the red box and subscribe to me. On the left side is Beasting and Demolition, one of those typical YouTube games where everything went right. And on the right side, while it might not be here yet, depends on when you're watching this, it's Never Give Up part 2, and it'll be the second half and the third round of this game.